This conference will now be recorded.
Hey, thank you. Okay, let's continue. Uh, I'm sharing my screen, guys. So hope you are able to see it. Okay, let's continue the externalization of parameters today. Okay, externalization of parameters of any of the I flows. This is for 28. Just give me a second. Okay, let's discuss about this externalization of parameters. Okay, now what is this externalization? Okay, and what is the purpose of it? Okay, let's discuss. Okay, so for example, uh, so in real time, so for example, if you are working for a implementation project, okay, if you are working for implementation project, so that project contains like for example, see, if you are working for implementation, that means development project. Okay, that is a implementation project. Okay. Okay, if you take an example for implementation project, so how this implementation project will work and how it will be uh, configured is, so see, we as we discussed, so for implementation project we will have, I mean, many of the cases we will have three different CPI systems. That means three sub accounts will be created, and under that three CPI tenants will be available. Okay, three CPI tenants will be available. That means like this is for SAP CPI development environment. Okay, so this is SAP CPI development environment. So the next is this is a SAP CPI quality environment. Okay, this is the quality environment. So the next is a production environment. So in what system, I mean, like a, so like a, each system what we will do, let's discuss. So let's see, implementation project means like first how it will, so see, forgot about how the requirements is coming and everything, let's discuss that later. So for example, you got one requirement, that's an integration between system A and system B, and you have configured this completely. Okay, end to end you have configured. So after configuration of it, okay, after configuration of this particular interface, so you have to send that data from this, I mean, the integration flow configured in the development system, from this development to quality to production, right? So like this you have to transfer this data, correct? I mean, like you have to transport these objects from one environment to another environment. So here the transportation of the objects, okay, how it will be done. And also, for example, see, let's take one sample interface in the below. Okay, so see here, so for example, this is SAP CPI development, this is a quality, and this is the production system. Let's take like this. Okay, so let's take this is the production system. Let's take another one. Yes. So I'm drawing another one. So this is an development, I mean, production system. Okay. So let's take. So see, for example, let make it a SAP CPI development system. Yeah, right. Just a second. Okay, SAP CPA development. Okay, so here like the same way we have a three different systems. So see, I mean, like a, it's an I flow development I flow. Okay, so here I represented the systems. Okay, here I am representing the sample I flow which is available in the each system. Okay, SAP CPI QA I flow quality. So SAP CPI QA and prod iFlow. Okay, so this is the production iFlow. Okay, so for example, so the same way for how CPI contains three environments. For example, if you are connecting with S4 HANA system, okay, so let's take you are connecting with S4 HANA system from the each environment. So the same way, the receiver and sender systems also, okay, S4 HANA development. Okay, the same way the three different system will be available for the receiver system as well. Okay, so here invoice like so you can take this like this, so like S4 HANA, it's an S4 HANA quality, it's an S4 HANA prod. Okay, it's an S4 HANA prod. So like this, development quality and prod. So here at the sender side also, for example, if you are providing the web application endpoint, you are so development web application, the quality web application, the sender side also. See quality web application, QA web app, and prod web app. So like this, so you will configure. So see for each system when you are moving the system. So for example, so here what why I'm expanding this I mean this interfaces details means. So here you can see for example in the development. So while you are trying to connect with this, for example, if you are connecting with OData service, okay, in the development the IP address of the S4 HANA system will be something like this. So, for example, if you are connecting with this system like BMW system, for example, so S4 BMW dev.com. So dev.com. So the next is once we move this object, okay. So see here we configured the quality system as well. In the quality system. So here it will be contains like www.s4qa. Okay, s4qa www.s4qa dev dot I mean sorry s4 bmw qa.com. So that means each system has their own, okay, so each system has their own IP address like for quality development and production as well. So for production also we have a same option here. So for production also we have this particular option. So what it is like so www dot s4 rod s4 bmw prod.com. So like this. So see, it's a simple. It's just created. So it's a BMW prod.com. So like this, each environment has their own endpoint URL. Okay, for quality development and prod. So here also, while you are receiving. So for example, if they are connecting with the HTTP endpoint URL in the configuration level, you will just change this like a slash. Um, like for example, if you are taking invoice from web app iPhone dev slash web app hyphen dev, okay, web application which is connecting with dev. So once you are configured in the quality system, you will change it to web app hyphen qa, web app hyphen qa. Okay, so this is done. So web app hyphen qa, and this I can take it as a web app hyphen this one what I can call it as a prod. Okay, so these are the I mean like so this is the endpoint URL I have to change in the address of this particular CP integration flow. So how you will manage these things? Okay, so like so you may think, for example, based on your understanding till date. So what you will do is so just after moving this. So see, for example, this is the development I configured in the development system. Okay, development system. I have created one package, and inside of it I have created one iflow. I have configured these addresses from the source and target. So after moving to quality system, so see, I have downloaded that package and uploaded into quality system. Okay, I have uploaded into quality system. So such cases, okay, such case, so I have to update this particular details, right? So I have to update this source endpoint url and also the target endpoint url. So how you will update? So actually, if I give you the chance now, okay, if I assign this task to you now, so you, what you will do is, so after moving this object to quality system or quality to production system, so what you will do is, so based on your knowledge still, that you will just edit the iflow and update that particular entity, I mean like a particular receiver adapter addresses. But that is not recommended way. Okay, that is not recommended. So you will do only changes in the development system only. You have edit access. Okay, so I mean, you may had access in quality and production, but you are not allow you to edit the any of the integration flows in the quality and production system directly, unless if you have a proper approvals. Because so the all the changes will be done in development system. Okay, that changes will be moved to quality. In quality we will do only testing after updating this endpoint error. So without editing the integration flow, how you will update this particular addresses from the source to target? So that will, so I mean, to enable so such kind of, so without editing the configuration, so SAP CPA is providing one option, that is externalization of parameters. Okay, externalization of parameters. So you have to configure, so you have to think after moving to production or quality, what are all the parameters or will be changed as per the quality and production system, that you have to identify while you are developing the interface. Later you have to configure that parameters as externalized parameters. Then you can send that date, I mean transport that objects from the development to quality. Okay, transport that objects from the development to quality. Okay, so like this it will work. Okay, so this is the way you simply, I mean, this is the reason. So we are not, you cannot directly edit these interfaces in the production, I mean production and quality system. Okay, so if you edit, okay, if you're not following the best practices, if you directly edit this in quality and production system, for example, what will happen? Let me explain. So for example, you have created one version, okay, one version here. So that's a in the development system you have created one version. So that is a 1.0.9. Okay, 1.0.9 version you have created, and you have exported that object to product, I mean like a quality system. Okay, you just exported this object to quality system. After moving to quality system, it's a 1.9 is moved to quality. If you edit and update this particular addresses from the source and target, so you have to create as a new version. Either it will be stored in a draft or it will be stored in I mean, so if you are storing in another version, so 1.0.10 will be created another version in the quality system. So if you move this object to production from the quality, so in the in the production system it will be created as 1.0.11, because you cannot store in the same version, right? So if you edit the object and if you save it, so it will save as a draft. If you are creating a new version, it will show you the next version. So see, the sync between all the three systems will not be same. So the development will have a 9 version, quality will have a 10 version, prod will have a 11 version. So like this it will move these objects. Okay, it will move these objects from, I mean, quality to production. So because of this, so any of the changes if you want to do, just do it in a development system and move these objects to this particular quality and production systems. Okay, so like this the data will be moved from one location, I mean one I mean to say like one environment to another environment. Okay, so now let's configure this. Okay, let's configure this particular configurations. I mean in CPA, how you can configure this externalization of parameters. I hope everyone clear, right, on the concept wise. So why we are going for this particular externalization? So see, to update the parameters, okay, to update the parameters, so we will use this to use this we will actually simply update this endpoint URLs from the source and target. Okay, so now let's configure the same thing, okay, and how you will export and import these objects from one environment to another environment. Okay, so see here, it's very simple configuration. So let me show you that. So let's take any of the existing interface which is connected with source and target. Okay, so let's take one example, iFlow.
Chandra, one question. As
Yes.
you said that if you move the configuration to one environment to another environment, how does this version will be changing?
So version will not change. So
Huh,
see,
that is,
version will not change. But
huh,
so see, for example, so what I'm explaining earlier is, so see, version will not change. So but so see, if you edit manually, for example, see, this is the iFlow which contains a 1.0.0. Okay. So if I wanted to update small change in this particular get user interface, for example, so what I'm trying to do is, so just I would like to update the sender address, for example. Okay. So this is a actually it is an a REST API. Okay. So I would like to change it as a slash QA environment. So if I save it, okay, if I normally save it, and if I wanted to save as a version, okay, it will show you the next version. So previous version is 1.0.1. So see, I after changing these changes it will create a new version. But now how it will be is, so the earlier version from the development is 1.0.0. So now if I move to that object, same object quality, it's showing as a 1.0.1. Okay, so like this the versions will be changed for each environment. But when you are transporting these objects to quality system, the version will be same. If you manually update these addresses, then the version will be changed. That is my intention. Clear? If you manually update it, the version will be changed automatically. Clear,
okay.
Aditya?
Yeah, I understood.
Yeah. So that's the reason they introduced with this externalization of parameters. Okay, let's discuss how we will configure this externalization of parameters. Okay, let's check this. So see, we have this end-to-end configuration, right? So this is an SFTP to SFTP. For example, let's take this endpoint here. Okay, so this let's take this integration process. Okay, so now I would like to change. Okay, so okay, we take example of web application, right? So let's take some other ones. So see. Get ready of this web application webhook. I think it can. Okay, let's take this. So it contains two parameters. Okay, so let's use this for our requirement. So see what how you can configure this particular externalization of parameters is. It's very simple. Okay, see, I would like to change this. Okay, so as per this diagram I will configure now. Okay, see, slash web app dev. Okay, so let's take this. So see how you can configure is, so here we have an externalize option. So I would like to change. So see, after moving to currently, for example, let's take this value is slash web app slash web app slash iPhone dev. Okay, a web app iPhone dev, for example. Okay, web application iPhone dev. Okay, web application iPhone dev. So here what I will do is, so see, I have to actualize these all four parameters. Okay, so is these all four so here we have externalize option. For each palette option we have this externalize option, so just click on this externalize. Okay, so this address. Okay, so here you have to provide a parameter. Okay, parameter. So how to define this externalized parameter is, so double curly brace. Okay, so this http underscore sndr underscore address. So double curly brace close, and you can come into this particular, I mean, if you come out, so see it's created as a default value here. So this is the default value. So see here default, I mean it's if you want to change this default value, you can change it. Okay, just click on save. So here the authorization. So http underscore sndr underscore authentication. Okay, authentication, double curly brace close, and this one. So the next is so double curly brace http underscore sndr underscore uh, user role, user role. Okay, so here http underscore csrf, csrf, and click on ok. So see here address authorization user role csrf protector. So see this is the information. Okay, so these address authorization user role csrf protector. So these all are information I configured as externalization now. So see you cannot directly edit this one. Okay, if you want to edit, just double click on it and make these changes. Okay, so you cannot directly edit these objects. Okay, edit these all values, I mean to say. Okay, so the target endpoint here is currently it's in a webhook site, right? So see you can externalize this particular parameter as well. So see, let's take this as externalize, and you can make it as this one. So like http underscore rcvr underscore address. So see why I'm maintaining this rcvr sender is, so sometimes what will happen is like so the sender and receiver will have a same values. Okay, so sender and receiver will have this particular same values. Okay, I mean same adapters. So such cases it will define the parameter defined simply it's related to sender, it's related to uh, this particular receiver system. So like this you can easily identify this. Okay, so just a sec. So see here HTTP, RCVR, address, and this particular one. So query, if you had any query, you can maintain it. Otherwise, you can keep it as a blank also. You can update later without editing it. Okay. So like HTTP underscore RCVR underscore query. Okay. So this is so default. Well, default means it doesn't have any value. Okay. So it's showing. So see, it's an empty value. You can keep plug empty as well. No issues. Okay, so http underscore rcvr underscore proxy. Okay, so this is the internet. Okay, so like this. So see, just you can maintain all the parameters, whatever the parameters you want. So just http method. So method. So like so whatever method and http underscore. Okay, anyway, copy this. So here http underscore authentication. Okay, so like this. So like this it's a configured everything. Okay, so just click on ok. So now everything is configured as externalized. So here you can see this. So see here this is the mail adapter configuration, so you can also externalize this. So here you can see this. So double curly brace, mail address, mail address, proxy type, timeout, protection, credential name, Fill in the score name. Okay. So like this, I have updated this. So see here, authentication also. Let's make it as authentication. Okay, just click on OK. So see here, this is so these are the details I configured here. Okay, so like this, you simply configure this particular authentication details at the source and target. So if you want, you can make it as a for processing as well. So the same way, you can just click on externalize. So here it will show you this particular tabs processing. So see here, it is already showing this particular endpoint URLs. You can go with this like a security measure. So like this, you just simply configure everything. Okay, so now let's configure for these as well. So double curly brace from okay, so just we don't have any options, right? Let's so here two. Okay, just click on okay. Okay, subject also let's take as a subject like okay, so this is done. Just click on okay. Just give me a second. Okay, I'm back. Sorry. So here you can see. So now I have configured everything as externalized parameters. Okay, so now how? So see, now I have saved this. Okay, so and I'm saving as a different version now. Okay, see 1.0.1. Okay, so now this is I mean externalized. Okay, so now it is externalized. Okay, so see this is the iFlow I externalized here. So now assume I moved this object to quality system now. Okay, so just I don't have any I mean other system now to move this object. Okay, so assume this is already transported to quality, and you can just see this. You cannot directly edit these values here. Okay, so for example, I would like to change the value from dev to quality. Okay, dev to quality. So how you can configure it? So how you can configure it? So for example, let's see. Let me delete for your info. So let me download this object first. So this is one download. So see this artifact is downloaded. So merged, configured, and default values. So if you want to send only default, okay, let's I will explain. Okay, so first, what is merged value? What is configured? I mean default value. I mean what is configured value and what is default value. Well, let me explain. So see, while you're configuring this externalized parameters, okay, so you have provided the default value for everything, all the parameters. So see here, if I go where you can see all the parameters configured is, so in the global properties of an iFlow, externalized parameters is one of the option here. So here you can see slash web dev. So see the configured values are empty here, everything. So it's a default value, all the externalization parameters which you configured, everything is default values here. So see here like this. So see, I just so for example, I just downloaded, right? So let's check, this is downloaded. No, no, not it, it's not downloaded. Let's download this again. So see here like this. So see, there is no configured value here. So everything is default values. Okay, so for example, if I wanted to change for example, see here the credential name, for example, I would like to change in the development itself. You don't need to edit in development also. So just you can click on configure. Okay, you can just click on configure and see here if the sender adapter it is showing and receiver adapter also it is showing. So wherever you want to configure it, okay, just click on receiver, and you wanted to change it to dev. Okay, gmail dev. So just I change it to gmail dev, and I just saved it. So see, now this value is a change to gmail dev. If I go for, So here you can see this is the Gmail, right? So there's a configured value is a Gmail one. So see, without editing the object, you can configure it. So if you configure, for example, you wanted to change some address, I mean, the mail ID, you wanted to add some other mail ID. So I'm just added this mail ID and just click on save. Okay, just click on cancel now. So now what will happen is, so see, for this particular mail ID, so it's in a configured value, it's a default value from the configuration. So while you are moving these objects to a quality system, it will ask you to send my configured values and also the default values you wanted to send. So see, here it is. So here, if you want to send only the default values to the quality system, you can use it. Otherwise, you can just simply change it. Select the merged configured values and default values and click on download. So now this object is downloaded now. So how to import? So see, earlier I shown you like how to import a complete package. So you can save all the objects into one single iflow, one single package, and also in the versions. Then you can just simply click on import option here. So here we can just click on import option, then we can import the package. But when it is comes to package, if it is a complete package, how you can import it? So like package, you can just click on import. Sorry, so just reframing my this particular statement again. So if you want to download a package, it's very simple. You just click on import option, and and also if you want to export package, it's very simple. You can export it and you can import it. Okay, you already did this when your trial tenant is expired. So now in this case, okay, what I am explaining now, in this case, actually see here, this is so see, if I wanted to import a new iflow, okay, so you can just download that iflow, okay, which you wanted to send it to the target system. Download the iflow. If you can download it. So if you see here, so if I select this, so if I wanted to import an integration flow, okay, if I want to import an integration flow, how I can import this? So here we can say this like a, so integration flow, right? So here you can see upload option is there. Okay, upload option is there. So here you can browse that particular iflow, so which is downloaded, and this is the just downloaded. Just click on open, and see, just click on add now. So see, like this you can upload a interfaces from one environment to another environment. Okay, one environment to another environment. So like this the data will be moved. Okay, so this is the way you can import it. Now assume this is in a quality environment. Now you can just configure. You have edit access in quality as well, but you will do the configuration only, because if you edit it, it will show you the new version. So in quality they requested to maintain the CSR protected as enable, then you can enable it, and you will change this to quality QA, and the particular Gmail server also you are changing to quality, so QA. Okay, so this particular credential name you are changing to QA. So you're adding some other mail IDs as well. 98 at the rate gmail.com. Okay, so like this SAP CPI 0. Uh, Save it and deploy this. So see, now it is done. So now it will connect with the target system. Okay, so this is the way the particular this is the way the the objects will be the values will be configured and moved to the target environments, and you can change the values according to the target system.
So Chandra, in QA we have modified as per the QA environment. this thing. Okay, so as a dev, we have to change those. Yeah, how it is. QE will be taking care of those activities based on the environment it is available.
Changes means you will not do any changes in the inside of the integration process, right? You will not make
Hmm.
any changes of the steps. Only the addresses will be changed. That's all.
And that's what.
Connectivity tables will be changed.
Connectivity only I'm talking about. So this connectivity will be taken care by dev team, or else QA will be taking care as per
No,
the
in
environment.
CPI, in integration layer, so there is no quality team. Okay, so maybe you are currently working on Java development or Python development. So you have a separate team for a quality for development and production, right? So in CP, I mean cloud platform integration, CPI and also PIPO, whatever the integration tools you took in as SAP layer, the quality and also development and moving to production will be taken care by developer itself.
Okay,
So
so you
quality
mean to
means
say,
you don't need to do anything. Just what you have to do is you just monitor. So see, once you move that interfaces to quality, so just you will connect with the source and target system. So based on the quality system environments, and then you will, I mean, you just confirm them. The connectivities are done. So you can test it from your end. So just we will do SIT, then we will submit that interface to client. The client will test this interfaces end to end. If they any issue they found, then they will create a bug, then you will work on it. That's all. So there is no quality team involved in the CPI. Developer has to take care everything till moving this interface to production system. After moving to production, the production support team will taking care after the hypercare ends.
understood?
Yeah, so we'll explain. So that will comes under, so what are all the responsibilities for each team. The production support team have a different roles and implementation. I mean, developer has a different roles and also enhancement. So some of the enhancements we will get, right. So if it is in a big project, if they are getting large number of enhancements, the enhancement team will be separate in the integration itself. But many of the cases were, I mean, so we have only two roles, that is a developer and also this particular support consultant. Support consultant roles is always he has to monitor CPI production system. Any failures occurs, he has to find out the root cause for that particular error messages. Okay, so this is the way you will update this particular changes. Okay, you will update this particular endpoint, I mean the target and source endpoint URLs, and you will update the endpoint URLs accordingly. Hope everyone clear, right? Any queries from anyone? So on this configure option and also configuring this externalization of parameters. So now let's go and check for this particular discover. Okay, so whatever the pre-packaged content you are using, okay, so whatever the I mean the pre-packaged content we had right in the discover tab, so everything configured as externalized. Okay, everything configured as externalized. So here you can see, for example, let's take a uh, so here you can see this. So oh, it's earlier it's just around 690 when I checked last, so it's a 702. So I'm just checking what all the new integrations are came. So anyway, not required for now. So now let's discuss. So for example, let's take a sales cloud and so okay, let's take sample integrations from the service now. Okay. So see here we have a simple package that's a integration with service now. Okay, service now S4 HANA cloud with service now. So let's take this example. Okay, so we have a two artifacts inside of it. Okay, so just they are reading some. So see replicate cost centers from SAP S4 Cloud to ServiceNow system. Okay, so that means they are replicating the objects from the S4 HANA system to ServiceNow system. So see, the client having the same requirement. Like for example, the client is expecting to send this cost centers from this particular service now. Okay, so this particular S4 HANA system to ServiceNow system, the client is expecting this. Okay, such cases, the client is expecting this. So such cases, uh, so I would like to consume this package. So I have shown this. So we have a same object in the Discover tab. So it is matching my requirement. Okay, my client requirement. So then what I can do is, so just you can just click on copy, and this package will be copied to Design tab. Okay. So here you can see this. So let me copy this. So for example, I would like to consume this iFlow. Just click on copy. This entire package will be moved to Design tab now. Okay, entire package will be move to design. Okay, so now here, oh sorry, it's unfortunately it's selected, just a second. So here you can see this is published on 18 December 2023. Okay, and the mode of this particular iFlow is editable. Okay, you can edit it. Okay, you can edit this particular iFlows. Okay, mode of this packages you can edit it. But if you go for some of the standard, so for example, let's take another. Okay, for example, Commerce Cloud. Let's take some of the other subscription billing. Let's take this example, subscription bill integration with this. I think it's all done. So see here, it's a configured only. Okay, so it's showing as only configured only. That means here you can configure this iFlows, you cannot edit it. Okay, you cannot edit it. If you want, you can edit it. The issue, just a second. So here you can see this. So um, this is a configure, two modes we have. So but both you can edit, but the disadvantage with the when you edit this iFlow says, so see, when you edit this particular standard packages, so what will happen is, so if I go and check this particular whatever I copied, right? So let's copy this as well. So see, let me show you the difference. So when you edit the any of the pre-packaged content, okay, so see what will happen is, so for example, you copied the service now integration, right? So SAP, so who created this particular service now the pre-packaged content, if they are doing any updates later point of view, so they found some bug in that particular pre-packaged content, or they wanted to add some other feature to it. Okay, such cases, so see here, this is a, okay, so sorry, it's not that. So here you can see this. Sorry. So here you can see this. So see here, uh service now, where is the service now? Yeah, this is the service now one, right? So if I open this, so see here, it's an editable. Okay, it's an editable, but if I try to edit it, so see here, this is showing edit, right? So see, you can, it is allowing to edit. Okay, so that means like so you can edit these iFlows based on your requirement. Okay, the editable means you can edit this iFlow. So but here you can see it's in a pre-packaged content, right? So see here, it's a pre-packaged content from SAP. So here you have to confirm this, like if you edit this iFlow, okay, if you edit this iFlow, the further updates will not be received from the SAP, as you made some uh, manual updates to this particular iFlow. Okay, so that's the reason. So all these iFlows is configured as configurable. So configurable, just if you click on configure, so you can find all these particular options. So this is the timer scenario. you can externalize timer as well. Once you move to production, you can schedule on day, or schedule to recur every 1 minute, or schedule to recur every daily on time. So based on this, you just simply schedule this interface based on this particular scheduler. Okay, so like this it will work. So now you can see this receiver adapters. So here this is for HANA cloud. You can just change this. So see email handler. So we have this. So see here, you can, if you want, you can just change this address, and also this S4 HANA cloud OData host. If you want, you just simply config, update this value, and proxy type you can just change it. So this is a list of parameters, right? You can disable the CSRF if required, and more. If you are configuring any of the other content modifier as externalized parameters, so you can find all this. So if you can change these values to true, and also like exchange logs as a false, this you can access in a some other properties. Okay, like in the routing conditions, these properties you can access in a other conditions, like in router conditions, or in groovy script you can access these properties. So based on these properties, it will activate and work in internal. Okay, so this is the way this particular externalization will work. Okay, so like this, you just simply, okay, you just simply edit this so edit will not be possible, because many of them will not lost the updates, automatical updates from a target. So if it is not permitting with the standard configuration, you want to extend this iFlow by your for your custom requirements, you just click on edit and you can create it. Okay, so for the same also, so anyway, so even it is an editable, future updates will not come. So but when it is comes to this subscription billing, it's in a configured only. So even if you edit, so directly here itself it will throw in this exception. Okay, so the configured, so see for editable, it is showing, it's allowing to edit the package, and while you are editing this integration flow, it is showing this error. But the configured will be, see here, so subscription bill integration, subscription management with Salesforce are not editable, as it's only configured only. So you cannot edit this iflow. Just you can just go through this particular iflows. Okay, so see, it is not even allowing to edit this one. So see, subscription billing integration with S4 HANA, subscription management with the sales billing is not editable, as it's a configured only. You cannot edit it. So you can just open the any of the iFlow and just click on configure only. So see, there is no edit option for this iFlows. If you see here, okay, there is no edit option. Just click on configure here. You can update all the parameters here. That's all. Okay, like this particular particular editable, and also this particular mm, configured integration flows will work. Okay, so this is the way you just consume this prepackaged content by using this externalization parameter. So see, because SAP is already externalized these all parameters, that's the reason it is coming as configured. So you can see all the parameters, list of parameters in this particular tab, that is externalized parameters. So here what the credentials, sender address, enable log equal to false, subscription billing API, home path, as for user role, so like this. So everything is a configure. You just update these values. So for example, you may had a query like, sir, one of the parameter, so let's take one of the parameters is not configured by SAP. Okay, so here the connection, so for example, this time mode is not configured by SAP, for example. Okay, the kind that the time mode is not configured SAP. So but my system having, so our client system having a large data, it is taking the time more than 60,000 milliseconds, but it's not more than 60,000 milliseconds, because this integration flow is not editable. So how I can change this value, how I can change this value? So you have to create an SAP ticket for this. In the next release, they will update this particular timeout. They will configure this timeout as a externalized parameter in the next release, and you have to update till, for the next update, next release to maintain, to configure this as externalization parameters, you have to wait for a next release, or else what you can do is, so see, if you are not able to wait, so based on the business requirements you are not allowing to wait that many days, what you can do is you just copy that iflow to your some other package, for example test package. So just click on copy this, then this interface will be copied to that particular iflow here. So there you can just edit based on your requirements. So here just confirmation billing, right? Confirm billing document required. So here you have a edit option. So because it's copied from there, right? So you can edit from here without any issue. Okay, this is the way you can external, I mean you can just simply, this is the advantage of externalization, and you, this is the way you can consume this prepackaged content provided by SAP CPI Web UI. Any queries from anyone? Okay, silence means
Chandra, one question,
yes.
Chandra.
Yes,
Just
I.
out of curiosity, I'm asking. If you see update status, okay, they have used end statement, right? End message. On top of that, they are connecting through HTTP.
Here, right?
Right, right, right.
uh,
So, I mean, how does this works? Update status. It will send the data through HTTP adapter for subscription
it's
parallelly.
request reply, it's request reply.
Okay.
This will connect with the receiver, and it's ending with the, so see, instead of using two end messages they are connected with one end message.
Okay. Mhm.
It's a request reply, it's not an end message, it's a request reply. So see, that's the reason. So see, in real time, so see, they will make a changes for this palette options. So actually this is a content modifier. So see, they make it as a prepare request like this, prepare request with the content modifier. So see, based on the symbol of this particular palette option, you can easily determine. This is also this. This is the scripts. Log failed, log request. These are the. It's in a data store, or it's oh sorry, request reply. So and also delete failed attempts. So like this. So see each one. So see, it has a different requirement. So it's connecting to this particular subscription here. Subscription billing is a separate system, so it is connecting with that system here. It's an S4 HANA cloud system.
Okay.
Okay, so this is, so see, this is a, script they write for a exception handling. So you just see this is the Groovy script. So see, just explore some of the prepackaged content. You will get to know the patterns. Okay, so how these integrations are configured. So we are good with that. So see, if you take any of the integration, so you already familiar with almost all the palette options. You can easily identify. So if you are not able to identify this particular which palette option it is, just select it. It will show this particular palette option name here. It's a request reply. You will get to know, okay, this is a register, it is connecting with this receiver. Okay, so just so I mean everyone had their own uh development skills. So see everything, so see, you may connect with the multiple receivers instead of one. So you can maintain four receivers. One is for delete, another one is for write, another one is a failure, another one is a update. But see here, everything is configured with one app, but you have to maintain the adapter names as a differently. Okay, see here, this is the, so delete failed items, the adapter name you have to change when you are connecting with this I mean one receiver with the different adapters. So this adapter name must be same. If it is same, it will throw an error, it will not allow you to connect one receiver from the different adapters. Okay, you have to change the adapter name, then only it will work like this. So you can try this like when you're using multicast. Okay, if you remember, so I have used three receivers. Okay, you can use one receiver and you can use different adapters also, there is no issue. Okay, so this is about externalization of parameters. So Let me know if you had any queries. Any queries from anyone? Hope everyone clear. Good. So just try to practice it. Okay. So now let's so let me highlight this externalization of parameters are completed. Okay, so that's the reason I have not explained the prepackaged content till date. So if you know about this externalization parameter concept, then only you can understand this particular prepackaged content concept. So how to configure it. Okay, so now we are done. So we already discussed about security material, right, in the day before session. So like security material, maintaining certificates, maintaining user credentials, maintaining auth authentications, cloud connectors. Okay, so this is done. Okay, so Groovy script. So see here, the JavaScript we have. I mean, I have not covered this JavaScript concept. So it depends upon the developer's choice. So for example, if you are coming from a JavaScript background, you can go with a JavaScript. Okay, if you're already familiar with Java and so if you want to work on CPI, many of the people will choose Groovy script. But if you're coming from a script valid, I mean like a JavaScript, and if you're good in a JavaScript language, then you can go for JavaScript. So see here, the JavaScript palette option will be available. Let me show you this here with any of the palette option. So here, let me edit this. So here we have a JavaScript here. So just select it. So here, if I create a JavaScript, so see it having separate uh, syntax. So see for a import, so this is the syntax they will use. So but you can create a headers, you can read the body, you can read headers, create headers, modified headers, properties, create a properties and modify the properties and read message body and also everything. Okay, so these all are will be done. I mean we can simply configure this. Okay, so this is the way it will work. Okay, so this is about the JavaScript. Okay, so now let's discuss. So see, we are just so the Groovy script, the JavaScript anyway making has done. So you just try from your end. So Groovy script. So we almost done. We have to. I mean, so we have to explain about how to create a custom functions in the message mapping. Anyway, message mapping topic is not. Okay, okay. So, okay, message mapping. We have to. I mean, in the message mapping concepts, I have to explain about how to create a custom functions with the Groovy. Okay, that we'll discuss in the next session. Okay, so let's make it as a Groovy script. It's complete. Okay, so now this almost okay. So let's complete this message mapping custom functions and also node functions tomorrow session, and also this looping process called content enricher and aggregator. Let's complete these palette options in the tomorrow session. Okay, so and in the day after tomorrow, I will try to complete these and also the integration advisor. Both concepts will be completed. So the two and last session. So APM will discuss about APM. Then we'll discuss about we'll come to this particular topic. Okay, so almost everything is completed. So JMS has to cover. Okay, we'll take one of the day in JMS. The Kafka and JDBC, it depends upon the system availability. Sometimes I cannot able to connect with the JDBC servers. So we'll explain you if the system is up and running. Otherwise, so I will just explain how we will connect with the JDBC servers. Okay. So this is the pending topics. Okay. So let's so hopefully it will complete by uh I mean like mid of the next week. Okay, mid of the next week. Okay, so let's disconnect for today. Okay, so if you had any queries we can discuss, otherwise drop off. Any queries from anyone? Okay, then so it's taking 2 months for you. Okay, it's a long sessions because we have a couple of issues when we started. Okay, and also two batches merged, right? So there also we have a 5 to 7 days. I mean 4 to 5 days. We repeated the topics on multi-cache and also router. So that's the reason it took around 2 months. Otherwise, it's will complete within 1.5 month itself. Okay, so but anyway, so I have covered all the topics. Okay, so if you just try to recollect all the, re-revision all the objects. Okay, if you had any queries, let me know. I will try to resolve it. Okay.
Certain.
Yeah. Okay then. Okay. Thank you, everyone. Let's connect tomorrow same time. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.